Hi, hello, welcome back, and Happy New Year. In honor of the new year, I want to sit down and work on some 2025 goals for life, the coffee shop, writing, and break down my vision board for you guys. A lot of other creators are making these videos right now, and I've really been loving watching them. I've kind of already known what my goals are for the year. A lot of them are just continuations, but I feel like this is the year that it's really gonna ramp up, or the year to finish it. But I also want to reevaluate progress with my book and where I'm going with that, especially as I head into the second draft, developmental edits, and doing that for the first time. So we are gonna hop over to my Notion board, and I'm actually gonna do this on my phone. So I found the cutest template on Notion by Nika Irkul. I can't say her name properly, and I apologize, but I will link what template I'm using. I know a lot of people have made their own, but I really liked this one, and I'm all for efficiency. I know myself too well, and that like once I jump down those rabbit holes, I will waste hours and hours that I don't have playing around customizing things. And this is a lovely template. It's called 2025 Reset. I love that the cover image is "Get in, babe, we're changing your life." I feel like that's the vibe a lot of us are connecting with this year. So if we scroll down, I've kind of already filled out the parts that I want. I didn't do every single thing. The first thing I used in this template was the 2025 theme, and I decided that my theme for 2025 is going to be big love for work and for life. And underneath this, I have this lovely Vincent van Gogh quote and like artwork that says, "What is done in love is done well." And that's kind of my explanation of my theme for this year. So I want to approach work and life with big love. It's a big year, a lot of things are coming. And instead of just focusing on perfection, instead of focusing on grinding and trying to get better all the time, which is important, but it's a mindset that isn't always the most useful for me, I found. Instead, I would like to do things with big love, because if I'm loving doing them, that means something good has to come out of that, right? This is a mindset shift for me. So with the coffee shop, we are closed for the first 2 weeks of January, so I've had a lot of time to reflect. We've been working on renovations, we've been upgrading things, and I am going to make a deeper video on the coffee shop story and why it stresses me out so much. So I would like to approach it more with this big love mindset. I'm also about to go into developmental edits for the first time ever. I've heard this can be a really hard time for aspiring authors when you're doing this for the first time. This template also suggests a quote of the year, and that is "Write the book." Just continue writing the book. It's not done yet just because we've written the first draft. And so my 2025 quote is, "And one day the girl with the books became the woman writing them." And I've always loved that quote. And then I have my vision board, and I'm trying to see, we have goals underneath of it and vision board. So I think I want to walk you guys through the goals first, and then we'll get into the vision board more, because it's just kind of expanding on those goals. So I have a lifestyle bucket, and wait, what? I have a lifestyle and then I have a life bucket. We're just gonna keep those names for now. And then I have a writing bucket. So those are my like 3 main things. Lifestyle is more focused on activity, I think. So I have activity for myself and my dog in this column. But the first thing I have in this lifestyle column is to play more volleyball. So my partner and I used to go to community volleyball. We did this quite a bit. Sometimes twice a week for a couple hours in the evening before we opened the coffee shop, and then we just got way too busy. It feels like we had like a full year of playing community volleyball and then like a full year without, and I really miss doing it. And we went and played on January 1st just because we had time. I really miss doing it. It's just our lives, our schedules just feel like they exploded. It often feels like a struggle to get there versus like just going to the gym or just working more on things that we need to work on. But That's going to be one of my goals. Maybe once a month is a good goal. Another thing is hot yoga. We also used to do a lot of hot yoga. We were like super active and pretty well balanced before we opened the coffee shop and all that stuff happened. And I love hot yoga, but it's about a 45-minute drive away and it is kind of pricey, but it's a really effective workout. Underneath that, I have eat more fruit and veggies. I should put on here drink more water because I am terrible at that, but I'm not going to. And then I have some goals on here for Athena, my dog. The first thing we have is coffee shop renovations and upgrades, which is what we've literally been working on the first 2 weeks of 2025. We're not done yet. We have a few more days before we open again. I'm making a separate vlog to show you guys that process and the before and afters. So then next is a new grinder. I don't want to go too in detail about this, but basically I want to buy a new grinder to help my barista's workflow go a little bit faster. I'd also like a grinder that can grind coarser and finer. I feel like the range on our current grinder is too small. If you're a coffee person, you know what I mean. And then I have finished home projects. For our wedding next year, we are getting married in the building we live in. Our ceremony is here, our reception is elsewhere. But that means getting ready photos will be in our apartment, which means we need to finish our fireplace. We need it to look a little more spiffed up. The downstairs area is actually a commercial area. We live in a commercial building, but downstairs needs a coat of paint. It's just a very big, long to-do list. And then finally on this life to-do list, is wedding and honeymoon planning. So we did get engaged in 2024. We're doing a 2-year engagement, but now that it's 2025, we're starting to ramp it up a bit. So now we're gonna move on to the last bucket I have, which is writing. So the first thing I have on this is short story challenge. At the end of January, into the first week of February, I am already signed up to participate in NYC Midnight's short story writing challenge. So they'll send me a prompt around midnight and then I will have about 8 days, I think, to submit my story before midnight on the last day. And I'll link it below if you want to join me. It's still open. And I know doing this is going to be difficult. Writing short stories is very different from writing a novel. Next up is finishing my second draft, the developmental edit. I'm kind of assuming this is going to take the whole year because I've never done this before, and I also just need so much time away from it, I'm finding. And then I'm hoping that before the end of the year, or like by the end of the year, December-ish, that I can find some beta readers. I have read 40 books. In 2024, my goal was to read 50, and I read like 36, I think. So I think 40 just seems a little bit more achievable. 36 is still like a pretty good amount. Yeah, we'll see if we can reach 40. It would be great if we could actually reach the goal this year. And then my last writing goal is to submit a poem or short story for publication. So maybe that's the short story that I write for the short story writing challenge. If it doesn't make it too far, I can just continue to revamp it with the critique that they send me back. And if I like it, maybe submit it. I do have some older stuff, see if I could submit them. I did mention this last year and I just never got around to it because I'll be honest, like my main goal is to, you know, write the novel, finish the novel, query it, hopefully get it published. But getting something published along the way would be more of like a bonus, I guess. But let's go look at my vision board. See, like wedding planning's on my mind, like finding that dress, like I said, it's stressing me out, but finding a dress that makes me feel just awesome is on the goal. Booking the honeymoon. I do have like money, wealth. I have like rich on here in the photo, but it's more just like building wealth. And that's always been important to me, like financial literacy. And it's just so well known that it's hard or almost impossible to make a full-time career out of writing, like writing fiction and publishing it. So like, even if you make all these milestones, if you meet them, if you break them, like you get the agent and it publishes, you're still not guaranteed to have like wild success or like big money coming your way. So I'm trying to figure out other ways that I can build wealth and have a life that would give me time to write, even if it's in like slices while I'm juggling a bunch of other stuff. I do have a little fitness girl, reading, and then I have like what success looks like, this little success corner. Success for the coffee shop, like lots of people coming, lots of people talking about it, lots of buzz about it. I do have grants in this one little corner. I haven't really thought about how this is going to affect my writing schedule in general, but there are a couple grants that I've had an eye on, like business grants for the coffee shop for certain projects I've been planning that I have in the back of my head that I have spreadsheets for. However, if you don't know anything about grant writing, it's very difficult to do. It's been described to me as, so that's a little intimidating. And then I have like a YouTube plaque, like the 100K, like obviously I'm gonna keep doing YouTube. I would like more subscribers. I would like to connect with more of you. I'd like to build a bigger community. I do have someone, an author, like signing their printed book. Probably not gonna happen in 2025, but that's the big long-term vision for my stories, for writing. That's the big dream, so I'm going to put that on there. I know that seems like such a big jump. I have like an approved publishing contract. Again, we won't be like anywhere close to querying or submitting for publication this year, but I like to put those long-term things on there. And then I do have a few more YouTube goals. Post weekly, grow subscribers, become more confident on camera and with my content, and that just kind of comes with making more videos. That just comes naturally. Making craft videos and 1K view videos. Grow subscribers is very vague, but like I don't really want to put a number on it. Like I don't know. I don't want to get too tied up in subscriber count because I feel like you can feel so defeated so easily when you're like, well, I only have this many people watching. I definitely did grow my subscribers in 2024. Like I literally started at 0 and now we're here. I don't know, you just can't force it. And that actually wraps my vision board and all my 2025 goals that I have so far. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your goals are for 2025. And until next time, cheers.